You upload a video, check back later, and nothing's moved. No spikes, no subscribers, just a few views that didn't turn into anything. And you start thinking, did I miss something? Nah, you didn't. You're just playing a game most creators don't understand yet. Every minute, over 500 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube. Yours is one of millions fighting for attention. Posting and hoping isn't a strategy. It's noise. And here's the part most people get wrong. It's not about getting clicks. It's not about getting people to stay. If viewers don't lock in during the first 30 seconds, YouTube moves on fast. And once you see what the platform actually looks for, you'll understand why some channels grow and most never do. Here's what most creators miss. YouTube doesn't reward most videos. It rewards the ones people actually stick around for and come back for. The platform is consistently trying to predict one thing: what a viewer will watch next. And it watches behavior to figure that out. How long someone stays, whether they make it to the end, whether they come back later. Not likes, not just views. Those help, but they're not the decision. So let's be blunt. Most channels lose because they fight the wrong battle. They chase views, thumbnails, trends, and those things can help a little, but the real fight starts after the click. The platform is asking one question: will the viewer stay or leave? 2 minutes or 20? And if the answer is 2, your reach dies fast. The numbers make it clear. Most YouTube videos keep less than 25% of their audience. Only about 1 in 6 holds people past the halfway point, which means most videos become invisible almost immediately. You can make a great video, put real effort into it, and still watch it die, simply because people didn't stay. And here's another reality most creators don't see at first. Most of the views and most of the income end up going to the same small group of creators. Most ad money, most brand deals, most growth goes to a small group at the top. The top 10% capture the majority of payouts, and the top 1% take a massive share of that. So even when the algorithm starts noticing you, you're still stepping into a space where trust, reach, and momentum already favor the biggest creators, which means growth isn't just about gaining subscribers. It's about breaking into the ecosystem that's already established. You've probably heard the same advice over and over. Be consistent, pick a niche, work on your SEO, and none of that is wrong, but it's not the full picture. So what are most creators missing here? Something called signal fit. This is what actually decides whether your video gets pushed or buried. Signal fit simply means this: your video matches a clear viewing pattern for a specific group of people. And when that happens, YouTube feels confident showing it to more viewers. So how do you actually create that? Your first 30 seconds have to grab attention fast. The middle needs momentum that pulls people forward so they don't click away. And YouTube needs clear proof that this is the video a viewer wants to watch right now. If that proof isn't there, the system backs off. It doesn't matter how clean the edit is or how good the idea sounds on paper. Without those signals, your video stays invisible. Now, this is where shorts confuse a lot of creators, and for the same reason. Yes, they can pop off fast. One clip can rack up views overnight and make it feel like something finally clicked, but that doesn't automatically turn into real channel growth. That only happens when you move people from fast-paced swiped attention into longer videos where they actually stay and watch. YouTube even treats those as separate lanes. You can make money from shorts if you hit 10 million valid views in 90 days, but that system runs on completely different rules. A lot of creators mistake short views for owning an audience. That's the trap. Big numbers look great on screen, but that doesn't build repeat viewers, long-term recommendations, or steady income if there's no path into deeper content. Another problem most creators miss is momentum. Think of every viewer like a small funnel. Some hold attention, most leak it. YouTube only pushes videos hard when it sees immediate grip. And that grip shows up in simple behaviors: how long someone watches, whether they click another video on your channel, or whether they come back a few days later. If those signals don't show up at scale, reach starts pulling back. You can upload 5 times a week and still feel stuck if every video stands alone. When your uploads don't connect or build momentum, YouTube has no reason to open the faucet wider. Let me show you why this shuts down so many channels. When you look at retention across millions of videos, the average sits under 25%. In simple terms, YouTube expects most people to leave early. And when viewers click off your video fast, the system reads that as a bad sign. It assumes the video wasn't worth sticking around for. Then your next upload starts at a disadvantage. It gets shown to fewer people watch, this system pulls back even more. And that loop is how channels slowly disappear. Not because the creator gave up, but because the signals never recovered. The platform isn't being emotional about it. It's just trying to keep people watching as long as possible. Here's something most creators don't realize. Losing viewers is worse than never reaching them in the first place. You might get a burst of views from a viral clip or a short trend, but if those people never come back, YouTube treats that traffic like noise. It looks like a spike, not an audience. And spikes don't earn more distribution. That's why so many creators go viral once and then stall. What's missing is repeat behavior. Getting people to come back takes planning, clear formats, reasons to return, a flow where the next video feels like an obvious follow-up. Without that, the spike fades and the channels go nowhere. There's another reality working against you. Niches fill up fast. Years ago, you could pick a topic and grow just by showing up. Today, someone's already doing that. And the system doesn't reward being different by itself. It rewards content that fits clear viewing habits for specific groups. Two creators can make very similar videos and both be solid, but only one gets the right data early. That channel grows faster, gets more chances, and pulls ahead. Everyone else ends up fighting over smaller slices of attention, even if their content is good. Here's something most gurus don't talk about. Who actually benefits? When you look at the creator economy, there's a clear gap. Most of the ad money, most of the brand deals, most of the attention goes to a small group at the top. And it's not just that they earn more, their videos already have millions of views on them. So YouTube feels more confident pushing them again. Brands see the same thing and follow that attention. That creates a loop that's hard to break into. If you're not in it early, you're fighting two battles at once. Getting algorithm attention and competing in a space where size already wins. That's a tough place for new, smaller creators to grow. Most new creators try to get easy wins, but that often backfires. It's copying big creators. Same thumbnails, same titles, same style. It might get the click, but if your video doesn't deliver the same watch experience, people leave fast. The click stays, but the watch time disappears. And that teaches YouTube nothing good about your channel. Clicks without watch time can hurt you. They tell the system your content isn't worth pushing. So copying big creators can actually speed up your decline instead of fixing it. So you might be wondering, do niche videos and evergreen content still work? They do, but only if they turn viewers into repeat watchers. Search can bring in steady views and help grow your channel over time, but it has limits. It's usually slow and it rarely explodes a channel on its own. Real scale comes from recommendations, and the channels that win long term use both. They make content people are already searching for and content people keep watching once YouTube starts recommending it. Here's what this really means if you don't want to end up in the 99%. Stop thinking of YouTube as just a library of videos. Start think of it as a system that looks for patterns. Design your videos for retention from the very first second. Build paths that bring people back, even from outside YouTube, so a lack of early data doesn't hold you back. And focus on repeat viewing. Make it easier for someone to watch your second video than it was for your first. YouTube growth isn't about fairness. It's about patterns, early signals, and where attention is already flowing. Skill matters, showing up matters, but the real edge comes from understanding how attention actually moves. Most creators never learn that because it's not flashy. It's numbers, behavior, and content structure working together behind the scenes. Most advice skips that and focuses on thumbnail and upload schedules. And that's why a small number of videos take off while thousands of solid ones quietly disappear. If this video helped you see YouTube differently, that's the point. Growth isn't random. It comes from understanding what actually keeps people watching. And if you're serious about improving on YouTube, subscribe to the channel and I'll keep showing you how YouTube really works.